All right, so Pete Booty Juggalo was on prime time with our friend Fredo, and look at what he had to say. Get ready. Get ready. It's stinky.
What I'm offering is the most progressive presidency of our lifetimes. Yeah, it's true. I'm not going to go out to the extremes that some of the others will, but I'm also offering something that we can actually get done. If we achieve this, Medicare for all who want it, it would be huge. And it's the best pathway we have toward a Medicare for all environment if we're right that this is going to be the best
Warren says it's a half measure and the product of a campaign that is run by consultants for safe ideas. She didn't say you, sounds like you.
It's a great idea. It's the right thing to do, and it's the boldest thing we will have done to healthcare in more than 50 years. That's no half measure. This is what it takes to actually get something done.
She goes farther, more ambitious, more left than you. Why is that not better?
Because it's not better to command millions of Americans to abandon their private plans. Look, most Americans want to be able to make this decision themselves, and I trust you to figure out whether you want to come on this public plan that I'm proposing we create or stick with what you've got.
It can't work if people have private insurance. That's what Bernie Sanders, that's what Elizabeth Warren and others on that perspective will say.
That's just not true. I mean, we know how to have risk management protocols. We've done them in other insurance markets in the U.S. Other countries have done it. Look, the bottom line is, for a tiny fraction of the cost of what they're proposing, we can get every single American healthcare, and we do it in a way that respects your ability to make your decisions.
The most progressive presidency of our lifetime. But I'm also not going to go to the extremes. Which one is it? This guy can't even finish half a sentence without contradicting himself. The backpedaling has reached peak levels. The balls on this guy to be polling in single digits and have such arrogance as well is truly remarkable. That's probably the only remarkable thing about his candidacy. The fact that he thinks he's more progressive than Bernie Sanders, and I mean, even Elizabeth Warren with her shady, tactics is way more progressive than this weasel. What is he doing? Again, he's trying to lure in progressives or people who are getting there but can't really tell the difference yet, and he's trying to appease both sides, right? And I mean, he's saying it in the same sentence. He's saying that, I'm a progressive. I'm going to use that catchphrase because, the progressives are popular because they actually represent working class people. That's why. So I'm going to use the word progressive and latch onto it, but I'm going to water it down just like everyone else is. Okay, just like the media is doing. Just like Nancy Pelosi does when she says, oh yeah, I'm a progressive. Okay. In your dreams, maybe. Yeah. I've said this on the show many times before. There are certain pillars when it comes to being a progressive. Nowadays, one of them is supporting Medicare for all, meaning a universal single-payer healthcare system, not a public option. Otherwise, you're just Obama 2.0. Okay? This guy wants a public option. It's not conjecture. Okay? It's not like the Yang gang who are still in denial that that's what Yang is proposing. No, Pete Buttigieg is clearly saying he wants a public option. So how the hell are you a progressive? You've already contradicted yourself. You take corporate money. You are a prostitute of billionaire donors. You have 23 plus billionaire donors, more than any other candidate, even more than Joe Biden. Okay? How are you a progressive if you take corporate money? Man, I must be dreaming here. Please name one policy. I held up two fingers. One policy that this guy represents. I don't even know. I don't even know what he represents. Absolutely ridiculous.
Going to be the best.
Warren says it's a half measure and the product of a campaign that is run by consultants for safe ideas. She didn't say you, sounds like you.
Okay, now Cuomo, our friend Fredo, took a great jab right there. He laid it out. He laid it out clean. That was good. That was very good. It's exactly what Pete Buttigieg's campaign sounds like. Pete Booty Juggalo. I mean, this guy is exactly what Beto was calling him when they were sparring and before he dropped out. He's a poll-driven, calculated opportunist. That's what Pete Booty Juggalo is. Okay? That's what he is, man. This guy doesn't care about helping working class people. He doesn't care about anything. He just cares about getting cash from the billionaire donor class and getting elected. That's all he cares about. He's a fake. He's a fraud. He can't even run his own town. He fired the only black police chief they've had in his town and wouldn't release those tapes that incriminated racism and conspiracy within his own police department. And he didn't do anything about police shootings. I mean, this guy can't even run a town. You're telling me he's going to go run a country?
It's a great idea. It's the right thing to do, and it's the boldest thing we will have done to healthcare in more than 50 years. That's no half measure. This is what it takes to actually get something done.
Also, that is such garbage, okay? Letting private health insurance industry and big pharma continue to rip off people is not the biggest thing that you would have done for healthcare in 50 years. Getting rid of them, getting rid of these predators, okay? These murderers who make profits off of people's sickness would be the biggest change to healthcare in 50 years. Making sure that no one is underinsured or uninsured anymore would be the biggest thing for healthcare in 50 years.
He goes farther, more ambitious, more left than you. Why is that not better?
Because it's not better to command millions of Americans to abandon their private plans. Look, most Americans want to be able to make this decision themselves, and I trust you to figure out whether you want to come on this public plan that I'm proposing we create or stick with what you've got.
And there he goes again, with his garbage talking point about giving people choice. Dude, you're not talking to your fucking kids about what color car they want, okay? We're talking about people's lives here. We're talking about making sure that people get covered and that lobbies and giant corporations are kicked out of the government, okay? That's what we're talking about here. Real systemic change and reform, not some garbage half measure. What kind of crack is this booty juggalo smoking, man? I'm seriously getting annoyed with him. I can't wait till he drops out. And he's doing this whole garbage talking point again about, oh, I trust you. I trust you. Dude, no one, what are you saying? He's confusing people choosing what doctor or hospital they want to visit with their private health insurance plan. Dude, people seriously don't care who their insurer is. They just care that it works and that they have the choice to go and visit whatever doctor they want. They would have more choice with Medicare for All, because then they get to visit any doctor, any specialist, any hospital they like, and none of them will be out of network, okay? None of them will be too expensive for them. I want you to have the choice to get ripped off. I trust you to choose the corporation that's going to rip you off. I trust you. I trust you. I'm so sick of this guy, I swear. This is absolutely garbage, and the fact that he touts himself as a progressive is really an insult. I mean, this is something that I've mentioned before, that the media, that other candidates are doing now. They are hijacking the term progressive and watering it down, okay? Or they pretend to be on board with certain progressive pillars, like not taking corporate money, like Elizabeth Warren, who then actually does take corporate money, or Andrew Yang, who says he supports Medicare for All, but then he actually supports the public option. They are watering down the term progressive, and they are trying to undermine progressive movements and bills and ideas. That's what they're trying to do. This guy is a centrist, corporatist hack, okay? And I can't wait till he drops out. I'm going to play that crab dancing video when he drops out, and we're going to have a ball, all right? We will.